Okay, we're now live. Hi everyone. I don't know if there's much people already on the room, but let me send a message in the comments. So today we're going to be talking about how to recruit here in Portugal. For whoever it's up to coming to Portugal to work here, we'll be with Estefânia today and Tel. If you guys want to introduce yourselves.
Go ahead, Estefânia.
Hi, hope you are doing great. My name is Estefânia. I will be the host today to lead this conversation. Thank you, Nerdzão, to invite me. And thank you, Tel, also to accept this invitation to be here with us. Today, we will speak about the recruitment process here in Portugal, and we hope we can give you some tips about the performance in interview. Okay?
Perfect.
Theo, and over to you.
Hi everyone. So my name is Theo or Theo. I recently joined Farfetch, and I'm here to talk about how did I manage to get there, because it has been a long journey, a 6-month long journey to be in Portugal at Farfetch. And I'm here to share my experience with you guys.
Nice. Good to hear. It's really good to have everyone here. Estefânia and Tel, thank you so much for joining us today. And we are here with the Nerdzão. Nerdzão, it's an online community. We bring meetups from every kind of type of technology or recruitment, everything that connects technology in this world. So we are always free. Always remember that we don't charge anything to be on the meetups. And everyone who wants to join us, just send us a message. We have call for papers for everyone. So if you want to talk about recruitment, technology, or anything that connects technology, just send us a message, and we'll be glad to have you here. So that's about it. I think we can wait just like 7:05 to start.
Sure. I would suggest if it's possible for the people share in the comments or within the chat where are the people seeing us, if they are in Europe or in Americas, maybe are in Africa, Australia. It's me wondering. But if you can share where you are currently, it would be great. I'm based in Portugal. Lucas too, right?
Yeah, I'm in Porto. I'm from Brazil, so yeah, I've been living here in Portugal like in a year and a half. So yeah, that's been quite nice. And Tel?
Tel, you are in Lisbon, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm in Lisbon. So I've been here for something like 3 months. So nice. It's a pretty new lifestyle for me. I had to make a hard decision between choosing between Porto and Lisbon, and I definitely choose the weather.
Yeah, I've been living in Lisbon. My entire time in Portugal. I just moved to Porto like 2 months ago, and yeah, I don't know how to choose. I love both. Both are quite nice.
It's so good. I love both. Also, I was born and raised in Porto, but I used to say that my favorite city in Portugal is Lisbon.
Okay.
It's true. It's so nice, in my opinion. Sorry,
I didn't get.
Sorry, Tayo, you will say something?
Yeah, I just want to say that I didn't get the chance to get in Porto yet, so I need one trip there to have a final judgment about these two cities.
To check, yes. For sure.
Okay, it's okay. William from Portugal here. Okay, we have one comment already. Let me put the screen. Okay. If there's anyone there that wants to share your location, where you're from, your country, your city, just send a message. Okay. Well, I think it's 7:05 already. I think we can start. What do you think, Stefania?
Fine for me.
Okay, perfect. So it's with you.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Let me put your screen. Just one sec.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, nice.
Okay, perfect. Let me just check if you can see my screen. Okay, perfect. Just a second, just to. Lucas, can you just give me some feedback? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, sure. I can see your screen. That's perfect.
Perfect. Thank you.
No problem.
Good night, everyone. Thank you again for joining us. My name is Estefânia, and I'm here with Theo today. We will have a chance to introduce you to a file later. Okay, just to stop here for a moment to with this discover, just to show with you that everyone have a room and everyone can work in Portugal. Everyone from any nationality, culture, religion. Okay, we are an inclusive country, and feel free to come here. Okay. About me, my name is Estefânia. I've been working for 6 years now in the recruitment field, and I've been recruiting technological profiles nationally and internationally. This time. I need to have some to gain some skills about mobility. Despite mobility is not my specialty, I've been focused more in talent acquisition part. I hope I can give you today some tips about mobility in Portugal. But our main focus today will be about recruitment and about performance and interviews. Okay, please let us know if you have some questions, some doubts. In the chat, okay, just to the workshop can be more personalized into your needs. About the agenda, we will speak about 3 main topics. How do we recruit in Portugal? We will speak about in Ready. We will speak before boarding, what we need to have before moving from countries, and then we will speak about the fear of the interviews, a popular topic. Then we will speak about SET, my plan, and we will speak also about labor market in Portugal. In Go, we will speak about searching for a job and preparing for an interview. And try to answer this question: why did I get negative feedback? And then we will have, in the end of this call, 10 minutes with Theophile. Theophile will share with us his experience here in Portugal. How has been his experience in Portugal? Lucas, until now, so far so good?
Yeah, so far so good. There are some people that told they're from Brazil, and another one from Portugal. So nice.
Hi, nice to meet you all. Let's speak a little bit about the recruitment process today. Before joining a new country, probably TFL need to do this, or people that are in Brazil need to do this checklist. You need to check if you need a visa. You need to see what is the cost of living in Portugal, how to find a house. There are the most popular websites in Portugal to find a house. And for example, about public transportation, we have here some examples about trains, metro, and buses in Portugal. Okay. In the final of this workshop, I will share with you this presentation, and you will have access to these links. Okay. It will be more easy for you to do your own research. Now, in terms of the fear of the interviews, it's a popular topic. Who has once in a life faced some fear of public speaking or fear of interview? Me. Someone else? William or Lucas?
Yeah, for sure, me too.
Some positive answer on chat already?
Not yet, but for sure someone's relates with this.
Yes, I relate myself to this question a lot. Yes, I for sure I faced this kind of fear many times. The most common symptoms are sweating, shaking hands and voice, palpitations, flushing. These are due an increase in the activity of the automatic nervous system that is a response of a brain to a treat. If you are going to speak in front of many people, it's normal to have a certain kind of activation. So it's normal to pass to face this kind of things once in a life. So one thing that I would like to share with you, it's important for you to realize what is happening in your body. Okay. What are you feeling? Are you feeling your breathing? Are you breathing faster than normal? Are your heart rate also more fast than normal? You need to be aware of your body and try to relax somehow and try to breathe. Okay, and to return to the normal. Another tip that could be good for you to have to prepare yourself for an interview or a public speaking would be prepare yourself in front of the mirror, record yourself, or imagine the situation for a positive side. Okay, does this make sense for you? I will stop here for a while just to check if you have some questions. Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. But the delay is quite high today between our stream and the YouTube. So yeah. I think we can wait a little bit for the comments.
Can imagine. There's no problem. Maybe I'm speaking too quick today also.
No, that's good. That's perfect.
Yes. Okay. Speaking always related with fears, interviews, we will always get back to this topic. Okay, no problem, no rush. And we will speak also about my plan, my career plan. I would like here you to grab a piece of paper and a pen, and to note what is your talent, what you really do well, or what you want to do, what is your purpose. If you are a company, imagine that you are a company, what's your value? What would be your added value in the market? I will give you 2 minutes, okay, just for you to write down what's your talent, okay, and then you can share with us in the comments. This question it's very important to help you when you do interviews, okay, and to prepare yourself for interviews.
Yeah, let's just wait for some comments here. And actually, this is quite hard to answer like right away. So I have to think a little bit, yeah.
Yes, I think it's a question of a life.
For sure.
What is our purpose? What we really love to do? What we really want to do? Maybe think a little bit when we were kids, the things that we really done well when we are kids, the things that we do as a hobby that we really do well. Maybe these kind of things are our talents, natural talents, maybe we will be more happy doing this for a long time.
Okay. William sent a message already. I can show. I try to understand what I do best and how I could help the company with what I do.
Good.
And if the company has aligned values with mine. Okay, that's quite nice.
It's quite nice. So your purpose is help, right, William? You like to help. It's always centered in what you like to do. All right.
Okay.
More than share, this question is very important for you to think for a while and to prepare yourself for an interview, because if you really know what you do well, no one will stop you.
Yeah, exactly. So Pedro just said, my talent is what I love to do is to help other people solving problems. Okay, it's a problem solver.
Problem solver, yes. Hi, Pedro, how are you? Thank you for sharing. I can share with you my personal point of view. Since I was kid, I always loved to teach. I put my my Barbies in my bed, and I started to teach them about maths, about story, about some topics that I learned at the school, and then I found that I wanted to be a teacher, but my mother didn't accept the idea for me to be a teacher, but I think it's my purpose. It's a thing that I really love. It's help people to find a path, to find a way. So now I'm an HR professional, but I kind of do another stuff, maybe kind of help the people in learning development areas or something. Maybe it's my talent, it's my natural talent, it's the things that I naturally do well. Okay, it's a personal example.
Really nice, really nice.
Okay, very well. Maybe we can move forward. So, when I really know what to do, maybe it's not always easy to find a work, our dream job, or the work that we are always wish for, in the first interview, for example. So what we need to do? We need to do a lot of networking, and even more when we are in another country that is not yours, okay, the country that we born. We need to do a lot of networking. For example, volunteer experience. It's a good way to meet new people. These kinds of meetups, they are very, very good. Also to meet new people with another backgrounds, and to also meet people, as I said. And an important one, custom-made CVs. It can be hard work to do a custom-made CVs for the target companies that you really like to work, but it will worth. Imagine I can give you an example. For example, I'm vegetarian, or I'm vegan. Do not make too much sense for me. Send a CV to a huge fast food company for a marketing department, for example. So these custom-made CVs will be related with my talent, with my purpose, with my long-term activity and long-term job, long-term aspiration. Okay, I don't know if this makes sense. Just stop here.
Yeah, but this does make a lot of sense to me. I already heard stories of people that want to enter a company, like a tobacco company, but they don't smoke. So yeah, that's actually quite bad.
Yes. It's important also to leave the values of the company, right? And it's very, very important. And for example, I will not sell a product if I work in a fast food company, and if I not hit a meat burger, it will be bad for me, because I will not leave the company values, and for the company also. Yeah. So we need to be always aligned. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, and there's a term that says, I think you need to eat your own dog food. I think something like this. That's why I use it. Yeah.
It's good. Yeah. And we have a buzzword in HR that we call it cultural fit, and we will spoke later on here also.
Perfect.
Okay. To achieve your goals, to achieve your talents, your purpose, your things that you like to do. You can do free online trainings, okay, or another ones, but you can, I'm giving you some examples of free online training, okay, that you can take. Some technical, another ones that are not technical, okay. You can take these courses. Okay, just speaking also about labor market in Portugal. I searched for a study that spoke about the qualifications. What qualifications are the companies looking for the next 2 years? Okay, and the companies in Portugal said that they are looking for increase the staff in 10.8%. In different areas, okay. They need they want to increase also people with higher education, non-higher education, or no specific qualification. Non-higher education courses, they want people for restaurant bar employee, trade technician, restaurant bar technician, sales technician, or commercial technician. Higher education courses, here we have more related with IT field, computer science, informatics, telecommunications, systems engineering, software engineering, information systems, and then we have commercial management and sales, administration and business management, and again, technologies and programming of information systems. Okay, this is the recruitment intentions of the companies in the next 2 years. And what qualifications are more difficult to recruit in Portugal? Here we have, for example, higher education courses. We have bricklayer, restaurant bar employee, installations electrician, civil metal worker, agricultural operation, and with higher education courses we have environment and civil engineer, administration and business management, tourism, speech therapy, and occupational therapy. Okay, you can also read the full study here. And relating and about searching for a job, we have here some websites when you can find a job also in Portugal. There are the most popular websites to find a job in Portugal. We have, for example, for freelancers, for people that are in tourism, people that are in health, and people that are in technologies, for example, and people that want to work in startups, for example. Before we move for the next slide, I will just ask Lucas if everything is okay.
Yeah, everything's good. We just asked on YouTube, in which field do you work? And William said he works in IT. William is sending a lot of comments to us today. He is a pro part.
Yes. In which field you work? Sorry, didn't got the question.
Oh, we asked it on YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, it cut for a while.
No, that's okay.
Okay, very well.
And we have Ricardo Praça that works in IT also. So a lot of IT persons here.
IT, yes, yeah. IT persons, very well. Now my connection is more stable. but in the beginning when you spoke, I couldn't hear you.
No problem at all.
I'm the only from HR.
So far, yes.
Okay, would like to have more from my colleagues, but
yeah, let's see if anyone raise up in the comments.
Yes, let's see. Okay, let's move for the next topic. Preparing for an interview. I will ask you again to grab your pen and paper and write down what are your key skills and what you think that are your potential. Okay, it's very important also to have this in mind. You know, from the heart, what are your key skills, what you are very good at, when someone asks you at the interview, and the opposite, what's the things you need to improve. For that, you have, for example, this kind of free online courses that you can take. For example, Coursera, to improve the English. It's a good path. We have people from IT in the comments. We have many courses here from IT side, so people can take these courses. So I will give you 2 minutes more for you to write down what are your key skills and your potentials and the things that you think that you need to improve.
Okay, perfect. Let's just wait a little bit. Eduardo Bastos said he is also from HR. So there's someone from HR too. Okay. Okay, just waiting for some answers.
For example, I need to improve. In my case, I need to improve Excel. My skills in Excel. So I need to take some online courses right now to improve on this. I have this awareness about what I need to improve, and tell it right away if I have in an interview what I need to improve.
Yeah, perfect.
But again, it's I do not want to waste your time, guys. Just it's an internal exercise, okay? Just things that I think that maybe can help you in your process to be a better professional and be more confident when you face an interview next time.
Yeah, William answered us. He said he would like to improve his knowledge on people management and team leadership.
Good.
Nice, William. Thank you for sharing with us today.
Thank you, William. And continuing here and speaking about preparing for an interview, what are my skills and my potential? Do I see myself in the company's culture? Again, the example of the fast food company, it's a good example. And can you imagine Steve Jobs working for example, in 1220? It can be a little bit strange, right? When the procedures are too manual, are too archaic. So we need to see ourselves in company's culture. And also preparing for an interview, it's also important to see what I know about company, to study a little bit about company, and ask what I want to know more about the company and the environment that I will be around. In the interview, I will be the best version of myself. And don't forget, the word interview is an interaction between two or more persons. Okay, it's not an interrogatory, a questionnaire, it's an interaction. You can ask questions also, as long as the recruiter will ask you some questions, you can also ask questions to recruiter. And try to reply this question, why did I get negative feedback? We can put here also another many factors. For example, the current needs of the company. Imagine that companies currently need a senior profile, and now I'm only having a mid or junior level profile. Are unrealistic expectations. Imagine that my career plan is be a CTO of a certain company. Maybe it will not fit with companies' expectations at the moment. Technological or language skills at the moment, maybe I cannot join the company because I do not have this kind of skills. Or cultural fit, the things that we have been speaking about. Maybe the job is not the right for you in this right moment. Analyzing the reasons for negative feedback will help you to predict the future mismatches. Okay. How did I get negative feedback? As you know, Jack Ma is a founder of Alibaba. Jack Ma is a very resilient person because he already received many no's in all life and in all career, and today he built an amazing company with huge culture. So I think the message here is never give up. Always follow our dreams. Okay. And just to share with you a funny moments how to face challenges. I will put some sound here. Lucas, you that already changed from country, you can refer yourself with this, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think we all need to be like that squirrel when we need something, and we know we really want something. And yeah, since I'm from Brazil, I receive a lot of no's to come to Portugal. So yeah, just keep pursuing it, and sometime we will get it. And when you get it, it's the best thing ever.
It's the best. Yes, you achieve your goal. It's
exactly.
True. It's true. Okay, very well. Let me just try to move for next slide. Oh, I'm so glad at this moment that I will introduce you Teofile. Teofile is in Portugal for 3 months now, 3 or 4 months now. Teofile will correct me right away, and he will share with us his experience and about how he's been living in Portugal, if he's liking. Teofile, is your time, is your room. You can share anything that you like about Portugal, about how has been your experience.
Okay, thank you, Estefânia.
Thank you.
So I didn't plan any slide. I will just explain to you my story because it has been a long. I spent a long time to get there, and so to give you a summary, I will firstly talk about how did I manage to get prepared for getting into some interview with companies. What was the emotional impact of far-fetched decision to postpone my contract 2 weeks before my day of departure, and how I spent my quarantine day waiting to start working, and what is the challenge to relocating in a new city for a new job during COVID. So let's start to how did I manage to get prepared for starting a new jobs. So before applying to Farfetch, I've had applied to many companies. I had a lot of failures for numerous reasons, but I would say among every reason, the most common one is because of stress. I think I'm a highly stressed person, especially in interview, and it's a bad luck because if you're not some stressed person, you have really advantage, and managing your stress can really be a game changer in the way you interview with companies. And to me, it took great efforts. What I can tell you so far is what worked the best on me was first doing sports. Having regular physical activities really helped me to manage stress. I also practice meditation before interview, like 10-minute meditations to just relax and keep the stress down. And last but not least, you have to practice. You have to do other interview before, because when you will practicing interviewing daily, you will become more confident about yourself and how you introduce yourself and every kind of challenge you can have. So there is really something to work with this part. And when you're going to be comfortable, because you will train yourself before, you will be better at coding exercise. You will feel some kind of legitimacy to pass this interview, because you had worked hard before, and you feel ready for it. And here comes the last part, when you will have multiple job offer, because you have been working on it for a month and you have been working hard, and you still have to face an important decision, choosing the right job, doing the right things. And it's not easy, because you can get so easily fooled by the company marketing or any other details. And I think one of the best methods to to generate a rational choice with multiple job offers is to just define a spreadsheet and put all your job in the spreadsheet and add several criteria. And based on these criteria, you can ponderate each node on several categories and do the average of all these nodes on different criteria. And I think you will have some final judgments to help you choosing the right job for you. And again, it is not about finding, when I say the right choice, it's not about finding the truth, or there are multiple good choices, but it's about being as just as possible from what are your expectations and how it can fulfill your needs. And so when I joined Farfetch, after passing every interview, and I decided to choose Farfetch because I found it a good match with the whole package. And so I was supposed to start working on March, and 2 weeks before leaving France, because I was living in Paris before, I forgot to mention about it. And I learned two weeks before leaving that my contract would be postponed for a COVID issue. And it's not something that is easy to handle because I've been working really hard for at least a year before finding these dream jobs. And when you learn that you will not move for not now, and you have absolutely no idea when the situation will be unlocked, and just something you need to accept and deal with it. And there is no easy way to do it, but I think what really helped me is with COVID, when you think about it, everyone was impacted, and you cannot really have some feeling of injustice because everyone is impacted, and it's something so big that you have no control over it. And if you, I would say, I like to try to be as much as possible close to Stoicism mindset. And Stoicism is it's about acting on what you can change. And COVID wasn't on my scope. I couldn't change COVID on my own, obviously. And so I just accept the situation and deal with it. And so I spent the next 4 months at home in quarantine before waiting before starting my job at Farfetch. And I decided to take this opportunity to learn different topics than computer science. I really wanted to use this 4 months to learn useful things. And I spent most of my time learning economics, philosophy, and psychology. And it really enlightened me on some aspects. And it brings a lot of meaning into my life by learning these topics. And I still continue to do it on a daily basis. And I think I just took a situation I could not control, which was 4 months in quarantine without jobs, to learn different things and expand my knowledge on the subject. And I'm grateful for that. And if you have the opportunity to spend sometimes and invest sometimes for other things than your careers, I strongly recommend you to doing so. And so after this 4 months spent learning different topics, the starting day started to be more and much more closer. And Farfetch contacted me and say, okay, you can come in Portugal in June. And I think I knew 1 week before that I will leave the next week. And I took the plane. I arrived here in Lisboa And so I want to share my experience with you about what it's like to relocating in a new city for new jobs during COVID, which I call the hard truth of relocating during COVID, because it's not easy. When I came in Lisbon, it's hard to meet new people because there is no meetup, there is no place to take a meeting place. Farfetch office were closed, so you spend most of your time in your apartment, and it's not something which is really fun. Hopefully, I had two friends who lived in Lisbon, and it really helped me. But I think about other people who didn't have the chance and had to adapt to the situation, and I think it's definitely not easy. And hopefully we have social tools and application and meeting applications and social media, and you can find groups on Facebook and meet new people, and I think that's a great reason social media exists. And so of course social medias are pretty bad for a lot of different things, but for meeting new people it's pretty fantastic. And I think it's a good way to create your hive in your new city. And this is how I deal with it for adapting my lifestyle in Lisbon. I have been working remotely for the last 3 months. I was the kind of person who really did not believe that I could be able one day to work remotely on the jobs. And finally, I just get used to, and now I have my routine and everything's fine. I find a decent flat sharing in Lisbon, and I think flat sharing is really important when you start in a new city, because at least you have company and you can meet new people, and you're not feeling alone every time, and that's something really important, at least for me. And I think you need to have faith in your capacity to adapt to a new environment. I think most humans are afraid of the unknown because you have to go into observation and exploration phase to transform the unknown to the know. And you can define the unknown as chaos at some point, because you have no idea of what will. You're currently constantly exploring a new territory, and it's bringing anxiety, and you have to deal with this anxiety. And when you transform your things to the know, which is the order, things getting easier, and it makes sense again. But I think the unknown and the know, which is the chaos and the order, or the yin and the yang, whatever you call it, is an essential part in human development. You always need to challenge yourself and to put you in some situation in an unknown environment, so you can adapt, and the outcome is you found some meaning in this kind of behavior and exploration phase. I think I've finished my presentation.
Thank you, Theo. Just to add one little thing, sometimes the difficulty is to be alone with yourself, right? It's totally, it's difficult, it's tough to be alone in a new country, in a new city, in a new job, and also be in silence alone with yourself. It can be very tough, but you made it, and thank you very much for sharing, Theo. I don't know if you have anything to share with us.
Hey, no, I think it was quite good what Theo said. I think it compiles almost everything that everyone feels and experience when moving to another country, and that's quite it. It's really good to have friends in the place you're going, but when you don't have, you have to rely on social media and social networks, and this is exactly what I said. It brings a lot of bad stuff, but also to meet new people, it's really good. So yeah, and I really agree with what you said. It's really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Theophile was an inspiration for me in particular, because even in those difficult times, when I spoke with Theophile, he always told me, "I'm fine. Everything is fine. I'm learning Portuguese. Everything is fine." He seems so resilient. And for me, it was an inspiration. That's why I invited him to be here today, also to share his experience with us. Hope he inspires you also to make some changes, to clarify any doubts that you may have about this lockdown situation, about Lisbon, about Portugal. I think I think that what Theophile said was very insightful.
Yeah, I do agree.
And are you enjoying to be in Portugal, Theophile?
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed. I've been living in Paris for 28 years, and I've mostly have to deal with rain, and so moving in a cooler weather with much nicer people, and yeah, I think there is a match with not only Farfetch but the mindset in this country with what I expect, with my expectation, I would say.
Happy to know. Happy to know. And I like it also. One thing that Theophile said, that act on what you can change. It's one good thing also to have. What Theophile said also about the meditation and about the physical exercise. The psychologists call it flow. The feeling that you feel when you do some exercise. I'm afraid that we do not have time to explore this, but if you are curious about, please read a little bit about flow. If you can just type on chat, Lucas, please, flow. Just for if the people want to look a little bit and research.
I read this book during the quarantine, and I highly recommend it.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, and thank you very much, Theo, again. It was so nice.
Yeah, thank you so much, Theo.
And yeah, thank you for receiving me. It was a pleasure.
And also, we do not have time at this point, but I will share with you also here. I'm sorry. Here in the comments also this link for this TED talk of Evelyn. She also moved from Turkey to Shanghai, and she has always an inspiring history to share. And more things. Let me show if I have more things to share with you. And about useful links, I have here links about visa, what kind of things we have in Portugal, about housing, driving license, how to calculate net salary, about taxes, education, health, and some grocery shoppings here. Okay, and questions. It's your time to ask
Okay,
whatever
guys.
you want.
If anyone has any questions, just send on the comments.
Maybe the connection's still low, Lucas.
Yeah, I think we have like 10 seconds of delay.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
But we can still connect it on LinkedIn if you need help to do your CV, or if you have some opinion, please send me a message. I will be more than happy to help you with that.
Oh, that's really good.
It's a pleasure. Don't know if you have some particular questions about living in Portugal, the weather. We are facing the autumn now.
Yeah. Okay, we have one question. What tips would you give me to work in Portugal? I have experience with React.js.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have a front-end developer here.
Front-end developer, yes. What tips would you give me to work in Portugal? Yes. First of all, you need to, let me just push here my presentation just to show you one thing. Yes. You need to check if you need visa, okay? And then you need to check what is the cost of living in Portugal, okay? If it's aligned with your expectations, it's important. And then you can do a kind of research about the companies in Portugal. If there are some companies that you'd like to apply for example, Teofile applied for some companies because he found some companies interesting, and even though he was in France, he spotted some companies in Lisbon that was very interesting. So you can do this job. First, check the cost of living in Portugal, and check the visa process, and then check if as some company that you'd like to work in Portugal. It would be my first tips for you, Leonardo.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Let's see if anyone has any questions.
You can also ask questions to Lucas, to Teofile, to William.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm from Brazil. I just came like a year and a half ago, so I just passed all the process. So I still have it fresh in my mind. So
we are planning to send a newsletter replying your questions, your most most wanted, or most sorry, I'm missing the word in English. Most common, yes, is the word. Most common questions, I get the word. Most common questions, and we will send a newsletter to you with the answers. Okay, so if you have some questions, please let us know, and we will try to send with an email for you with clarification.
perfect. Okay. So no more questions till now. So if anyone has any further questions, they can reach Estefânia and me on LinkedIn for sure. Okay, we have one more question. When at the end of the interview, the company asks us if we have questions, any good examples? So what to ask to the company at the end of the interview?
At the end of the interview, I don't know. I don't have any pocket questions, or but normally I like when the candidates ask me about the organization of the team, if they do daily meetings, for example, if they work with Scrum, with Kanban, which kind of agile methodologies they use, for example, how many people in the team they are. And I love this question, I must confess. If we work in a geo-distributed team, it's important nowadays. We have this in mind. And work also in a geo-distributed team and have the candidates that ask these questions. It's amazing. Normally, I like when candidates do ask these questions.
Yeah. Normally I just ask like what is like the company, what will be my colleagues like, what they like to do, if they're interested to match mine. So yeah. Because I'll be living with them every day, so more than my family itself. So yeah, exactly.
It's true. I forgot to put here my last slide.
Oh. Okay, so Eduardo just said, "Thank you, Estefânia, you're amazing," and I agree.
You too. Thank you. I don't know if you have more questions. Maybe we can put our LinkedIn's on comments, Lucas.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
And leave the people to have a quiet dinner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. So I can put our LinkedIn's in the comment in the what's the name of the subtitle of the YouTube video. So it's always there. So if anyone has any questions in the future, they just can reach us. So you can send me on the private the link, and I can put there besides with mine. Okay, perfect. Okay, we have just one more question, I think, and then we end. Sounds good?
Yes, for sure.
So Leonardo asked us, I would like to know how the Portuguese companies see the remote work for international devs. My goal is, if possible, earn in euros and live in Brazil. Okay. Interesting.
Okay, Leonardo, the second part, I'm afraid I can't reply, okay, because I'm not in the payroll team / administrative team / mobility team. I'm afraid that I'm not the right person to answer the second part of the question, okay? And regarding the remote work, we are adopting in the first link that Nerdzão shared with you, that's saying there are the companies that hired more profiles during the COVID, the pandemics. You can see that these companies adapted. And the major of these companies are working remotely. Okay, not only because of this situation, this pandemic situation, but in long term, they adapted already some, as you said, remote work policies. Okay, so we are trying to adapt. Maybe companies with more flexible and companies from IT can have this kind of flexibility, and it's more easy for them to adapt for remote work. But yes, we are starting slowly introduce this kind of culture in the Portuguese companies.
Yep.
Mainly the companies from the companies that work with tech are adapting the remote policies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I can agree with that because I've been working remotely like 6 months right now, since March when beginning COVID. So yeah, it's been a long time.
It's same here. Yeah.
Okay. Leonardo said thank you.
Thank you, Leonardo.
Thank you, Leonardo, for sharing with us your questions. And I think that's it then. Thank you so much, Estefânia, for being here with us. Thank you, Tel.
Thank you, Tel.
Yeah, you left us, but thank you so much, and thank you, William, that was participating a lot in the comments. And yeah, Antonio just said thank you. Okay, thank you, Antonio.
Thank you.
And that's it. Thank you so much for your help today. And yeah, for anyone who keeps tracking on Nerdzão is an online community. We have our channel on Meetup. So if you follow us on Meetup, you always receive notifications about the next Meetup. So that's quite nice. Give us a like, a thumbs up. That helps us a lot in the reach on YouTube and everything. So yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you. See you all. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.